Well, I'm actually hoping that my battery is going to stay good for this whole video. It's a little low, so bear with me if it goes off. All right. I got this. Now I bought this. Here in Canada, of course, we can buy it. Yep. So this is the DJI Osmo 360. And you guys know that I am a big fan of 360 cameras. I use them all the time, especially on my adventures, motorcycle rides, out in the slingshot, traveling, etc., etc. So kind of curious to see what this Osmo 360 is all about. So I got just a standard combo because I was like, I don't really need all the extra kind of accessories because I've got a lot of accessories and I got all the stuff that I would possibly need because of the fact that I have all the Insta360 X5, X4, X3. I've gathered tons of accessories over that time period. So it really wasn't needed. Now, what I don't have, oh, is a knife. I do have one. Anyways, so I bought the standard, and it is definitely a smaller box for sure than what you get with the X5. Not that that's good or bad, but this is it. And you know what? I the one thing that I didn't like about what DJI has been doing is kind of that manipulation of the 1-inch sensor term. That's I was like, come on. You know what? Let's call it as is. And we're seeing a lot of, let's say, some YouTube, I say not a lot, but some YouTubers are like, oh, it's got a 1-inch sensor, it's got a 1-inch sensor. Well, actually, you know what? It kind of doesn't have a 1-inch sensor. What it kind of does by how it gathers is similar kind of results as having a 1-inch sensor. But the square sensor, I think, is great because, when you take a spherical aspect of it inside a square, you actually are utilizing more of the square. Whereas, let's say Insta360 uses a rectangular, like a 16 by 9 sensor. So because of that, when you put a circle inside it, there's a lot more, I want to say, wasted sensor inside that. So we shall see. I don't think it's going to be as big a thing as a lot of people kind of make it out to be. And I do think, and this is again just my opinion, I do think that the maturity of the Insta360, the camera, as well as their software, just their ecosystem, still would possibly make me sway to still getting an Insta360 camera over this. But because I think you guys really need to know my thoughts on it, I figured the only way I can do it is to actually run out and grab it. So here it is. Let's just open this thing up. The Osmo 360. So my guess is, and I actually just got, I can't remember if it was a notification or an email or something this morning saying that there was a big firmware update for this. And right off the bat, their little pull tab didn't work. Lose. Never had that issue with my X5. Whatever. Anyways, let's just open that up. This is, again, the standard, right? The standard bundle that you get. So this is the cheapest one. And I say it's the cheapest one. After taxes, here where I live in New Brunswick, it still came out to $700. Okay. So these are not inexpensive. So again, if you're going to pick a system to go with, if you have a lot of DJI stuff, right, and you're in that ecosystem, especially if you have, let's say, one of their their action cams, I believe it uses the same batteries as like the Action 5 and the Action 4, maybe even the Action 3. So is that beneficial? Yeah, for sure, right? If you've already invested in some of the DJI mics and things like that, beneficial, 100%, without question. Do you have to go buy a whole bunch of those accessories again? No. But if you're starting out, or if you've already invested in Insta360 stuff like myself, would I switch? That's the question. And, you also have to kind of be like first generation against like fifth generation. So, I still think the X5 is just going to have that maturity behind it, right? Just to kind of, they've kind of been able to build the camera and modify it and really listen to like consumer and customer feedback to kind of make sure that it's doing what everybody wants it to do. But yeah, you get some, looks like stickers, quick start guide, little thing to the DJI store. I'm of course I'm gonna primarily, I don't usually use the apps much, right? Like the phone apps. I like the desktop software, and I use the Insta360 one all the time. So that's kind of what I'm gonna base my next video on when I actually put these out in comparison. Look how tiny that is, eh? That's something, I guess. Anyways, inside here, you're gonna get, my guess is a lens protector because it's a 360 camera. So please protect it. Another negative of the DJI versus the Insta360 is that, of course, it doesn't have replaceable lenses. Yeah, they're allowing you to send it in, but that does not help me if I'm on a shoot or if I have my camera on holidays and I break a lens, because I have an Insta360 X4. So this was from before, of course, replaceable lenses. Oh, voila! Look at that. Yes, see that? Scratched. Not even scratched, like damaged. So, that's something you have to be aware of. And the fact is, I don't want to send this back. I don't. It's going to be gone for weeks, if not months, right? So that's an issue. Of course, you do get a USB. Oh, it's a USB-C to USB-C. Okay. Did they give you an adapter for those computers that don't have USB-C? No. Battery. So it is a smaller battery than what you get with the Insta360s, but because of their power management, supposedly you get very, very similar times. Now, Insta360 does have their new extended battery. Is that something that I'm using? Yes, I actually just got 2 of them, and I've been using them, and so far they've been working fantastic. And last but not least, they give you this kind of little neoprene case. Is that good? Sure, why not? Right? Same kind of thing that Insta360 gives you. I have their case somewhere. Somewhere. I don't know. Somewhere. It's somewhere. Anyways, look at that. Look at that. It is, you know what? It is pretty tiny. I still think, like, I've only seen once the actual GoPro Max, and I do think the GoPro Max is even smaller than this. So if size is a concern, not that I think the GoPro Max is near as good a camera as probably either of these, but they also have rumor of a Max 2 coming out. So if they can keep their same form factor, that may be a big win for them, right? If size is it. Now, the one thing I don't like about this form factor, and again, maybe it's personal preference, is that I sometimes will use the Insta360 in like single lens modes, stuff like that. So you don't have a lot of camera to hold on to, you know what I mean? Or even if you just want to hold it in 360, it's, how do you not get your hand in the shot? You know, it's that's a concern for me. Is it a big concern? Maybe not to some, but again, I'll just bring my here's an X4. You know, that's, fact is I can hold this down here. Like how do I do that? First world problems? Maybe. But again, a lot of times I just carry this. I just have this with me. So I don't have a little selfie stick or anything like that. That's something, right? This, I don't have that option. And the other thing, I thought you got this. Maybe you do. Maybe you don't. Silica gel. Yep. A little cleaning cloth. No, you don't. I thought you would get their magnetic mount in the standard, which you don't. So their little mounting section doesn't seem to be here in the box anywhere. So my own fault, I guess, this assuming that you got that when you don't get that. So I have the 1/4 inch. So I'm kind of screwed in regards to magnetic mount. That's okay. I have lots of mounts that are 1/4 inch, so we should be fine. Anyways, this, of course, very similar again to the Insta360. Is there a right way and a wrong way? Nope, doesn't seem like it. That's kind of it. And again, positive or negative, I don't know. They use the same, what is it, Mimo app, right? The Mimo app. They've kind of just added to it instead of building a custom app for 360. Take that as you will. You know, again, if you're in that DJI ecosystem and you're familiar with that app, then you'll be like, yeah, I know it, right? It's all good, and I appreciate that. For me, I have it because I do have an Osmo Pocket, but Do I use that? No, I still don't use it, because again, I'll just dump the footage straight into my actual computer and go from there. So let's just see. It's probably have to go through some kind of registration. Battery goes in summer. Now, the one thing I do like about this that the Insta360 doesn't, which I think is a huge plus, is it does have some internal storage, which I think that's a win. Huh? Is there something wrong with me? Possibly. You slide and down. Okay. And this goes in, and yes, there may be something wrong with me. I'm not saying either way. Okay, that goes in like that. That goes in like that. The little light turned on. Power button. Very similar. 2 buttons on the front, just like, again, power button here. I'm hoping that you can have like a quick start, so it just starts recording. Is it touchscreen? Yes, it is. This is device name. Skip 5 times. Scan the code to download. So okay, so let's do this. I don't think I need it, but let's just make sure. Just getting that little scan guy going on. This takes us here. Yes, okie dokie. There it is. DJI Mimo. I've got that already. So I'm just going to go back to the Mimo app just to see. Oh, there it is. Boom. Connect. Ready? Boom, boom, boom. Accept. Connecting. And again, as far as I know, there is a big firmware update, like a fairly big firmware update that came out today. So I'm going to hit allow access. I don't know what I'm allowing access to, but I'm doing it anyway. Confirm your account. Yes, please. Activating. Let's reset date and time. Do I want DJI Care refresh? I'm going to say no. I'm not. How do I skip? Right there. Right? I'm not. I don't know what it's doing. Seems to have, I don't really know. I'll confirm. Why is it not taking the time from here? So hold on. Are you sure you want to exit? No, I don't. Oh yes, yes I do. Yes. Activation successful. Get started. Enjoy live view. Yeah, I'm with you. Manage files. Cool. Advanced. See firmware update. So there we go. Firmware update. Anyways, the connecting seems nice and simple, right? It's going to do it over Wi-Fi. It is fairly big, 712 megs. But again, supposedly there's some fairly hefty little updates in this. Again, the first update since the release, which is nice. And I'm going to go in here and do my date and time and do some testing. So I'm going to see you guys next video. Should be hopefully within the next week or two, because of the fact that I want to test a lot of it. So it's going to take some time. But anyways, like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Make sure you stay tuned. I will have an updated video as soon as possible. All right, guys, I'm out. I will put links down below. If you guys are, I guess, anywhere else kind of in the planet outside of the US, you can click below to order it. All right, that's it. Later, guys.